College and your Fighting Saints. This time, let's introduce this afternoon's starting lineups. First of all, for the Lynx of Lincoln College. Our guard spot, a senior number 0, Darnell Latham Jr. At the other guard spot, a senior number 1, Deandre Freeman. At one forward spot, a freshman number 10, P.B. Brown. And at the other forward spot, a senior number 21, Connor Fuller. Rounding out the lineup in the middle, a sophomore number 32, Deandre Barney. And now the starting lineup for your Fighting Saints. At one guard spot, he's a 6'1" senior from Portland, Oregon. Number 1, Russell Tillery. At the other guard spot, a 6' senior from Corsicana, Texas. Number 11, Carlos Tobias. At one forward spot, a 6'7" junior from Mokina, Illinois. Number 10, Charles. And at the other forward spot, a 6'3" senior from Brentford, Illinois. Number 23, Begemi. Rounding out the Fighting Saint lineup in the middle, a 6'5" senior from Sydney, Australia. Number 13, Lewis Holy. Fighting Saints are coached by Mr. Ryan Marks.
We're ready for action here inside the Sullivan Center. The University of St. Francis taking on Lincoln College in CCAC basketball today. Terry Bonadonna here on the call for this afternoon's game as the Saints try to bounce back and pick up their 6th win in their last 7 games. They fell 77-59 at Indiana Northwest on Wednesday, but today they get to, just 3 days later, put that out of their mind and try to come away with a victory as the Saints win the tip. The team in white going from right to left here in the first half. Carlos Tobias bounces to Lewis Holy, setting up the offense for St. Francis. Same 5 starters for the Saints. If you've seen any of their games this year, you know who they are. They have not made a single change to their lineup yet this year. A steal for Lincoln and a foul on Holy. And a good foul there on Lewis Holy as Darnell Latham takes it the other way, and Latham gets the steal and forces the foul off the first possession of the game for St. Francis. Good start for Lincoln. The Lynx have Darnell Latham, Andre Williams, Pee-wee Brown, Connor Fuller, and Deandre Barney in the lineup. Saints go with Carlos Tobias, Russell Tillery, Lewis Holy, Joey Begemi, and E.J. Charles. This is Deandre Barney dribbling it to his left. He hands it off to Latham. Latham, little floater is no good. Put back attempt. Foul called on Holy. And we're not a minute into the game. Lewis Holy's got 2 fouls. Jalen Bates throws off his warm-up jersey, and he'll check in very quickly here for the senior Holy. Two shots here for Latham. And the first one rims out. Darnell Latham, the leading scorer for Lincoln this year, averaging 19 points per game. He's a very good foul shooter, well over 80% on the season, but he misses his first attempt here as Bates comes in for Holy. Just 41 seconds for Holy, and he may be out the entire rest of the half. We'll see how Ryan Marks decides to proceed with him, but that's a big early loss for the Saints as Latham does get the Lynx on the board first. Joey Begemi in possession of the basketball for St. Francis. Begemi is the Saints' leading scorer this season. He gives it to Russell Tillery. Tobias Bounces into Begemi. Joey Begemi takes a step in, off to his right, jumper rims out, and a rebound pulled down by Pee Wee Brown, the freshman guard. Brown sets it up for the Lynx. Driving into the right, off of Bates, goes up under Bates and scores on the layup. The first 3 points belong to Lincoln. There's the first field goal of the game for Pee Wee Brown. Begemi looking inside for Bates, has Bates, posting up on Dejan Barney. Kicked out to E.J. Charles. Charles finds Begemi with under 10 on the shot clock. Here's Tillery. Russell Tillery crosses over. Shot clock running down, and Tobias doesn't see it. There's a violation. Shot clock violation on the Fighting Saints. The referees are talking it over, figure out what went on with the shot clock. Well, what went on with it is it did expire. It was a full 30-second possession there for the Fighting Saints, but the Saints didn't see it, and so they want clarification to make sure that the clock was correct. 18:09 to play in the first half. Good start for Lincoln. They've come up with some defensive stops. A steal on the first possession led to Lewis Holy picking up a couple of quick fouls. He's on the bench. Lincoln has hit on just one shot so far, but it's been enough to give them a 3-point lead as they have controlled the first 2 minutes of play. Now the issue resolved. It is a shot clock violation against St. Francis, and so Lincoln is able to begin their time with the ball. Darnell Latham in possession. Latham lobs it forward to Dejan Barney. Here's Andre Williams. Latham for three. On the money. 3 points for Latham. That gives him an early 4 in the game, and Lincoln has a 6-point lead off the bat. Fighting Saints trying to find a rhythm offensively. They're only 0 of 1 so far, but they've turned it over on 2 of their first 3 possessions. This is possession number 4. Begemi fires across court to Russell Tillery. The shot clock again, under 10. Bates, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Andre Williams. Lobbed inside, Barney, layup is good. Timeout St. Francis. It's already 8-0. Lincoln in the lead. 17-18 to play in the first half. And you couldn't have drawn up a better start for the Lynx. 3 of 4 shooting. They forced a pair of turnovers, and they have come up with 4 consecutive stops defensively against this St. Francis team that had been on a roll prior to their loss on Wednesday, a blowout loss against Indiana Northwest. Before that, they had won back-to-back very close games here last weekend. They beat Mid-America Nazarene and William Woods by a combined 7 points. One of those was a 2-point victory. The other went to overtime. But a trend has developed in recent games for the Saints, and that is difficulty shooting. This has been a very good shooting team throughout the year. Last 2 games, that hasn't been the case. And so they're trying to turn that around today, but they've got a lot to sort out early here. They not only have not made a shot, they've turned it over a couple of times. They haven't been able to come up with a stop defensively. 8-0 Lincoln. We're still very early here. Plenty of time for the Saints to get their bearings. Russell Tillery picks it up and bounces to Jalen Bates at the high post. Kicked outside to Tillery. Tillery fires across court. E.J. Charles fires the 3 and hits. In the face of Connor Fuller, E.J. Charles knocks down the long-range shot. That's an element that Charles has added to his game this year. He's made 7 3-pointers now on the season, and the first points of the game for St. Francis this afternoon. Saints trying to trap a little bit defensively. Jalen Bates defending Dejan Barney here with the shot clock under 10. Latham tries the 3. No good. Rebound to Tillery, who tries to run right away. Tillery loses a handle on the ball. It's taken away by Andre Williams. Another turnover committed by the Saints. On the other end, it's Fuller nearly falling out of bounds. He's able to get it off to Williams. 3-pointer rims out. Offensive rebound, Darnell Latham. And Lincoln looking for a foul, does not get the call. as Andre Williams misses on the second attempt of the possession for Lincoln. Carlos Tobias for three. Misses on the other end. Rebound for Dejan Barney. Barney is the leading rebounder this season for Lincoln, averaging 9 of them per game. He sets up the possession for Lincoln, who leads by 5. Corner three-pointer misses from Fuller. And we've got a loose ball foul called on St. Francis. Just over 4 minutes in. Not a ton of offense so far, certainly not on the Saints side. Lincoln's been steady early on. Barney receives the inbounds pass, floats it up to the left-handed end. So a good start today for Dejan Barney, as he's got 4 points now to go along with his 2 rebounds. Saints trail by 7. They've been down by as many as 8 early in this game. Russell Tillery gets to the baseline, kicks it out to Begemi. Joey Begemi puts it on the floor, works into the lane. Fadeaway jumper is good. Nice work by Joey Begemi there. He's got his first 2 points. The Saints now trail by just 5. Fuller passes to his left. This is Andre Williams. Cross court, Brown for 3. A little bit short, and Charles grabs the rebound. Knocked away from Carlos Tobias, though out of bounds. Tobias loses it. And it's another St. Francis turnover. That's number 4 already today. We've got a sub for Lincoln here. Deandre Freeman is in for the first time. Connor Fuller bounces out to Freeman. Deandre Freeman gives it down low to Barney. Barney is blocked, I think, by Bates. The ball got lodged in between the rim and the backboard, and that forces a look to the possession arrow. It'll stay with Lincoln, 20 on the shot clock. I think Bates knocked that out of his hands. Otherwise, Barney just kind of lost it as he went up, and it got stuck between the rim and backboard. Kind of an unusual play, but it leads to 2 points for Lincoln, so they'll take it. Off the inbounds play of Pee Wee Brown, who's able to drive in and score the 2. 12-5 Lincoln. Joey Begemi. Cross court on the pass to E.J. Charles. Charles drives off the glass and in. Went high off the backboard there. Saints wanted a foul called as well, but didn't get it. They trail by 5. And Lincoln goes back to work. Saints have struggled to come up with a stop so far in today's game. Pee Wee Brown trying to keep that alive. Brown, nice move to get Tillery in the air and scores on the jumper. From just about 6 feet out, Pee Wee Brown scores 2 more. Brown's got 6 to lead all scorers so far today. Lincoln once again doubling up the Saints. Charles to a cutting Tobias. Layup is blocked by Barney. Dejan Barney has looked very good so far today. That was a great looking possession for the Saints up until Barney came in and spoiled it. Brown finds a wide open Freeman. Freeman drives, lays it up and misses. Too hard off the glass. Charles comes down with the rebound, and as he falls to the ground is able to get it off to Tillery. Tillery is fouled. Deandre Freeman will be called for this one. First foul on Lincoln as the Saints go to the bench. Darius Wright is in. Lewis McGlasson checks in off the bench. And Carter Fahey out there as well. And here's Rihanna Maxwell Topia. So 4 new players on the floor for St. Francis. Inbounded to Darius Wright. Sent into Fahey. Fahey with his back to the basket. Double team. Fahey works his way around Barney but can't finish. And Lincoln comes away with the rebound. Freeman moves quickly. Freeman down the lane, pulls it back outside. Good defense by Tillery. Lincoln has to reset here. 10 seconds to possession used up as they restart. Drive from Cam Gardner. He kicks it back out. And Gardner receives the ball again. Down low to Barney. Barney posting up on Fahey. Fahey knocks it loose. And the ball picked up by Darius Wright. Lewis McGlasson on the outside. Wanted the 3. Defense closed in well, though. The Saints work it back around the perimeter. Fahey sets up his teammates. One dribble to the left. Handoff to Tillery. Ripped from Tillery by Latham. Tillery gets it back, 12 to shoot. Tillery down low, around Latham, misses on an air ball. Rebound to the Lynx. Here's Freeman. Freeman driving on Fahey, misses the layup. Barney fouls with a tip, that's no good, and here come the Saints. Wild possession there for Lincoln. Nice fake, McGlasson, three-pointer, good from Lewis McGlasson. He went on a nice little run with no points there, as both defenses had really stepped up, but McGlasson turns it around. An excellent three-point shooter. Lewis McGlasson has hit them at about a 35% clip this year. Three-pointer misses from the corner for Pee Wee Brown, and McGlasson tracks down the rebound. He hit one on the last possession, tries it again, and McGlasson's hit two in a row. The Saints are within one. Timeout called by Edwin McGee over on the Lincoln sideline. 14-13 is our score. Lincoln jumped out to a quick lead here. They scored the first 8 points of the game. And since then, the Saints have been able to calm things down. They've been shooting the ball well, and they've stopped turning it over. They turned the ball over 4 times in the first 4.5 minutes, but none in the last 4 minutes. And now 3 of 4 from the outside. And sometimes you go down 8-0 or a score like that, it feels very uncomfortable for a team like St. Francis, or any team that's down by that score. But as bad a start as it was, when you're that early in the game and you're not able to build up that big a lead, it can disappear in a hurry, and we've seen exactly that. Just a couple of three-pointers back-to-back have completely changed the complexion of this game early on, just over 8 minutes into it. Lincoln has the ball, but their lead is now only 1 as it's sent in to Deandre Freeman. Nadav Gerner in for the Fighting Saints now. Gerner guards Jawan Patterson, who just came on for Lincoln. Corner 3 is no good. That attempt from Quillen Dixon. Here comes McGlasson the other way. McGlasson is fouled on the shot. So Lewis McGlasson has already scored the last 6 points for St. Francis, and now he's got an opportunity to add 2 more. Not a lot of opportunities from the line so far this season for the freshman Scotsman, but he has not missed. He's 5 of 5 from the line on the year. 5 subs on the floor right now for St. Francis. Edwin McGee going with mostly reserves for Lincoln as well. The second free throw is good. Only Pee Wee Brown is in among starters. This is Deandre Freeman with the ball. Jawan Patterson is in right now as well. Quillen Dixon and Cam Gardner. This is Gardner up top, passing off to Brown on the right wing. Brown worms his way into the paint, misses on the jumper, and grabs his own rebound. He's fouled going back up. Boy, aggressive play right there from Pee Wee Brown. Very impressive as he gets himself fouled. 2 free throws coming up. It was a good drive in the first place. Before he missed the shot, he freed himself up for an open look. He missed it, but he grabbed his own rebound in a sea of white shirts, and then fouled going back up. Brown at 71% from the line this year. He makes the first shot. (15-15). Saints had taken their first lead of the night on Lewis McGlasson's free throws, but that lead quickly disappears. He held it for all of 20 seconds. Brown checks out after making the free throws. Darnell Latham is back in. Fahey double team, bounces off to Gerner. Here's Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. Bounced over to Fahey. Fahey to a cutting Darius Wright. Reverse layup is good. Great cut, great pass, great finish for the Fighting Saints, who once again are in the lead, 17-16. Couple of lead changes here in the first half after a strong start for Lincoln. Trying to get a grip on this thing again. Corner 3, Latham short. Latham grabs his own rebound. Second effort, no good, and Gerner pulls down the board this time. Here's Darius Wright. Wright takes it down, fires a 3, and misses off the back rim. Rebound brought down by Quillen Dixon. Drive from Latham. Latham not able to put that one in. A little bit too hard off the backboard. St. Francis loses possession though. Maxwell Topia stripped by Freeman, and Gardner dunks on the other end to give the lead back to Lincoln. 1 point game. Lynx 18, Saints 17. Brianna Maxwell Topia passes to Nadav Gurner on the right wing. Gurner up top, Darius Wright, one dribble to the free throw line. He bounces off to Maxwell Topia. Handoff to Lewis McGlasson is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Saints. 7th turnover of the game. Make that the 6th turnover of the game for St. Francis. After a rocky start in that category, they've settled down a little bit, but more turnovers than they'd like at this stage of the afternoon. The drive from Patterson, who misses the layup, and the rebound goes to the Saints. McGlasson off to Maxwell Topia. No look pass to Fahey, who squares it up for three and misses off the side rim. Rebound to Andre Williams. Williams works on Gurner, picks up his dribble, and gives it up to Patterson. Darnell Latham Jr. gets inside the arc, kicks it out to Williams. Williams drives, blocked from behind by Maxwell Topia, but a foul call. Free throws here for Andre Williams. That was the 5th foul on the Saints. First on Maxwell Topia. And Williams' first foul shot is good. Pee Wee Brown is back in along with Connor Fuller for Lincoln. Another free throw for Williams is good. So he goes 2 of 2 from the line. Lincoln builds their lead back to 3. It's been as much as 8 so far today. Fahey and Gurner work it down the floor. Gurner all the way down towards the basket, but back out to Fahey, well defended by Williams. Fahey hands off to Lewis McGlasson. McGlasson far from the basket. Passes down low to Fahey. Fahey pulls up in the paint, picks up his dribble, and now flies it out to Gurner. Shot clock down to 2. And a foul is called on Lincoln. Saints get a break with the shot clock at 2 seconds. Gurner is fouled by Andre Williams. Just the 3rd foul on Lincoln, first on Williams. Joey Begemi is back in. Carter Fahey grabs a seat. Nadav Gurner sits out. Jalen Bates. Joey Begemi is the other one who returns to action. White lobs it into Bates. Here's Begemi. Bounce to the left elbow. It's Bates. Back out to McGlasson. Looking for his 3rd three-pointer, and he hits. 3 threes for Lewis McGlasson. He's got 11 points already. And for the 2nd time today, we're tied. 20-20. Andre Williams blocked by Bates, out of bounds. Last touch by Bates, a big block by the sophomore defender there. Bates playing big first half minutes with Lewis Holy on the bench in foul trouble. Latham drives, nice dish, and Barney finishes at the rim. Latham got 2 defenders to chase him. Freed up Barney, and Dejan Barney now has 6 points. Brianna Maxwell Topia back near the midcourt logo. Dribbles to his left, gives it up to right, and it's stripped. Pee Wee Brown takes it the other direction. Brown lays it in. Good defense, leading to a couple of points for Pee Wee Brown. Brown's got 10 points now for Lincoln. Maxwell Topia gets the high pass, takes the handoff to right, now looks towards the basket. Step back jumper, Maxwell Topia, no good. Rebound to Darnell Latham. Brown on the near side, gives it back to Latham. Clock under 7 minutes now for the first half. The Saints overcame an early 8-point lead to take an advantage briefly on Lincoln, but Lincoln back ahead by 4 as Brown drives, doesn't get the call. Offensive rebound, Barney, and he's fouled going up. Jalen Bates' second foul. So now both Holy and Bates have a couple of fouls, and that may mean a few more minutes for Carter Fahey down the road here as E.J. Charles heads to the scorer's table. First free throw good from Barney. Charles is in. Maxwell Topia is out. Second free throw good from Barney. Lincoln 7 of 8 now from the line. They missed their first, but have made 7 straight since then. 6-point lead for the Lynx. It's been 3-point shooting that has gotten the Saints back into it whenever they've trailed. See if they have a big shot on this possession. Begemi. Jumper from 2-point range misses. It's an air ball, and Charles a little bit late coming in looking for that rebound. So an air ball from Joey Begemi turns it back over to Lincoln. Lynx ahead by 6 points, starting to get late in the first half. This is Latham. Brown to Williams on the left side. Corner 3, Fuller off the mark. Rebound E.J. Charles. Charles walks it across half court. Bates out near the 3-point line. Hands it to Begemi. Joey Begemi works his way inside. Turnaround jumper. Joey Begemi gets it to go. Begemi, typically a very good outside shooter today, has been working his way inside the 3-point arc. All 4 of his field goal attempts have been from 2-point range. He's got 4 points. It's a 4-point game right now for Pee Wee Brown, who pulls up at the 3-point line and passes to his right. Drive from Fuller. The runner misses off the glass, and the rebound goes to Bates. Wright bounces to Bates at the top. Bates to a cutting right. Darius Wright lays it up and in. Nice combination right there. Bates to Wright. Darius Wright's got 4 points, both on those backdoor cuts that have resulted in layups. And now just a 2-point game. Brown on the right, looks down low and passes up top instead to Latham. Latham works against Darius Wright. Darnell Latham, step back jumper is good. Nice shot, Darnell Latham. Latham's got 6 points now for Lincoln, who is led by Pee Wee Brown. Brown has 10 points so far. Lewis McGlasson is the Saints' leading scorer thus far. He gets a touch right here in the post. Going up over Andre Williams, he misses on the layup. And McGlasson is called for the foul, trying to get the ball back. Frustrated after the miss, McGlasson picks up his first foul of the day, and he will send Lincoln down to the other side of the floor for free throws. Carlos Tobias and Russell Tillery check back in. McGlasson and Wright go to the bench. One and one here for Dejon Barney. And the first one goes in. Barney just a 62% foul shooter on the season. He's made 3 of 3 today. This to make it a 6-point game. He's 4 of 4 at the line so far today. Barney is up to 9 points now for the game. 9 points, 5 rebounds for Dejon Barney. Begemi finds Tobias in the corner. Carlos Tobias gets the screen from Bates. Now drives, bounces off to Bates along the baseline. Jalen Bates, one dribble, kicks it back out to Tobias. 3-point attempt is good. Carlos Tobias with a hand in his face, knocks it down and makes it a 3-point game. First points of the afternoon for Tobias. And now a foul down low away from the ball. It goes against the offense. Deandre Freeman called for that one. And the Saints forced the turnover with under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Just the second turnover committed by Lincoln so far today. E.J. Charles at the elbow, bounces to the cutting Begemi. Layup from Begemi misses. And the rebound goes to Barney, who nearly threw it away. Begemi not quite able to get the interception there, so Lincoln has possession, up by 3. Latham trying to work around Begemi. Well defended so far. Now Latham does blow by. Carter Fahey steps in. He has to kick it out to Brown. Pee Wee Brown in some trouble. Throws up the shot and scores. He was looking for somebody to pass it to. Couldn't find anyone, so ultimately just took the shot. And it was a good decision. 12 points for Brown. Russell Tillery to E.J. Charles. Charles with his back to the basket as the ball poked loose. Now it's on the floor, chased into the backcourt, and secured by Lincoln. Brown gives it to Barney, and Barney throws it down with 2 hands. Brown gets the assist, Barney gets the points, but credit to Cam Gardner for diving on the floor and keeping that ball alive and allowing Lincoln to get the possession there as the Saints turned it over. E.J. Charles backs in. Charles is fouled going up. He'll get 2 free throws. 2:36 to go first half. 7-point lead for Lincoln. They've been up by 8 at the maximum. Have led this the majority of the way, though the Saints did come back to wrest the advantage away for a few brief moments. They had a couple of 1-point leads in this first half. Charles makes the first free throw. Six points for E.J. Charles. Second free throw is short. Rebounded by Cam Gardner. Here come the Lynx. Latham along the near side, guarded by Tobias. Works his way up top, crossover to the right. Latham gets by Tobias, now over Fahey, misses short, put back is good. Latham on the second effort. Adds to his point total today, he's got 6. Tillery on the other end, picked up by Freeman. Passes outside to Tobias, bounce to E.J. Charles. Charles up high, gives it to Joey Begemi. 3-point attempt is good. Timeout called by St. Francis. Joey Begemi in his first 3-point attempt of the game now has 7 points. Begemi has been a lot more active inside today. On the season, about half of his shots have been from 3-point range. But he had taken 5 from inside the arc prior to that one. Begemi second on the team now with 7 points on the season. He's the team's leading scorer, averaging 13.5. This is a team that scores better than 80 points per game. But they don't have any big scorers. 13.5, again, is their biggest. They have 5 players averaging 8.5 points per game or better. And they've got a whole bunch of guys who you can expect to score on any given day. Today, only 5 players have contributed any points, and that's unusual for the Saints, and maybe a big part of the reason they're trailing right now. 36-31 is the score. Basketball belongs to the Lynx. Freeman inside, Gardner throws it down. 7-point lead once again for Lincoln. Charles to Tobias. Down low, Fahey. Fahey tries to find a cutting Tobias. The ball knocked loose, but brought in outside the 3-point line by Tillery. Shot clock does not reset. It's at 11. Charles needs only one of those seconds to throw down his dunk. 38-33. E.J. Charles having a big first half. 8 points for Charles. Latham working far from the basket, steps in, shoots over Begemi. And that shot does not count. It bounced off the rim and hit the shot clock, so officially out of bounds before it ultimately came down and fell through the bucket, but too late. So as it goes as a missed field goal attempt. Saints have the ball back. See if they go 2 for 1 here. Taking some time off the clock. It's Fahey to a cutting Begemi off his hand and out of bounds. 38 seconds on the clock. 38 points on Lincoln's side of the scoreboard. We'll get one more possession here. Darnell Latham across the timeline, picked up by Tobias. Over to Freeman on his right. Freeman is holding. Shot clock at 11, back to half court. Now they begin to make their move. Latham, step back jumper, good, with 11 seconds left. 7-point game. Saints have one more chance here in the half. Tillery drives, layup, no good. Rebounded by Lincoln. Pee Wee Brown, half court at the buzzer, got it. And Lincoln takes their biggest lead of the day into halftime, 43-33, a very well played first half by the Lynx. And they end it with the exclamation point. Pee Wee Brown from half court. And Brown has 15 points now in the game. Great first half for Lincoln. We will go to halftime with the Lynx having extended their lead all the way to 10. Plenty more basketball action to come. We'll have it for you in about 15 minutes. Right now, we'll step aside. Lincoln 43, St. Francis 33. Just about set to start the second half here in Joliet. St. Francis trails Lincoln by a score of 43-33. The Lynx started this one out 8-0 before the Saints got on the board for the first time, but once St. Francis was able to get a handle on things, they kept it close the rest of the way. It was really back and forth the rest of the first half until the last couple of minutes. Lincoln went on another very nice run. They finished the half with a half-court shot from Pee Wee Brown that extended it from a 7-point game to a 10-point game. Brown is the game's leader currently with 15 points. Dejan Barney's got 12 points to go along with 8 rebounds. For St. Francis, Lewis McGlassen's got 11 points, 8 and 4 rebounds for E.J. Charles. Jalen Bates has chipped in with 3 assists and 3 block shots. Bates has played 10 minutes so far, more than we usually would see from him in one half of play, but Lewis Holy picked up 2 fouls in the first 41 seconds, so he was on the bench essentially the entire first half, and having him back out there in the second should provide a little bit of a boost to the Fighting Saints, who turned it over 9 times, just 2 for Lincoln, and that is the key first half stat, because Lincoln really didn't shoot the ball very well. 42% from the field, 2 of 10 on threes, and that includes the half-court shot at the buzzer. But points off turnovers, 14-0 right now in favor of the Lynx, and that's why we stand right now with a 10-point game, 43-33, Lincoln on top. The Lynx have attempted 13 more shots today than the Saints, but it's St. Francis who gets to try first in the second half. Joey Begemi passes it up top to Lewis Holy. Now Carlos Tavias on the move, kicked out to E.J. Charles. Charles feigns left, drives right, and draws the foul. So quickly here in the second half, the Saints get themselves to the free throw line. E.J. Charles, 1 of 2 from the stripe in the first half, gets 2 more attempts right here. First one is good. Charles will get 1 more, as that brings the deficit back to single digits. It's been single digits the entire way. 10 points was the biggest of the game for Lincoln, and that's down to 8. Nice first possession of the second half for St. Francis. Lincoln takes it back over. Andre Williams along the far sideline. Pulls up top, passes off to Latham on the right. Latham drives. And we've got a defensive foul on St. Francis. This is on Carlos Tavias, I believe. Number 1 on Tavias. Lobbed in for Dejan Barney. Barney hands it off to Latham. Latham, pull-up jumper from the free throw line is short. And a foul called on Dejan Barney, giving a shove to Lewis Holy on the loose ball. Second foul of the half already on Lincoln. St. Francis possession, down by 8. Saints, as I mentioned, were down by 8 right off the bat. I mean, you tuned in a minute late to this game, you may have missed the first 8 points. Lincoln zoomed out to that start, and then the Fighting Saints actually did come from behind to take the lead. They've led on a couple separate occasions, but never by more than 1 point. They're trying to make a comeback like that early in the second half. Tavias out to Begemi, wide open 3-point attempt. Joey Begemi hits. And a timeout is called by Edwin McGee, the DePaul grad and third-year Lincoln head coach. Full timeout as his side has given up the first 5 points of the second half. He wants to make sure that anything that's happened so far in this second half is ironed out of the game immediately, because Lincoln played so well throughout the first half, and St. Francis, albeit through just a minute here in the second, has looked much different so far since halftime. Joey Begemi with that 3-pointer now has 10 points. E.J. Charles reached that mark as well with his 2 free throws, so now 3 Fighting Saints are in double figures. Joey Begemi really shooting the ball well, and that's his bread and butter, shooting from the outside, but I talked about it during the first half. He was working the ball inside a lot. We saw a lot of drives from Begemi early in this game. His first 5 field goal attempts were all from inside the 3-point arc, which is very rare. His last 2 have both been from outside, and he's hit on both of them. 38% 3-point shooter on the year. Today, St. Francis as a team, 7 of 10 shooting threes. They are, by the way, at 38% as a team this season as well. They have been very good shooting the basketball. A big part of the reason they got off to such a strong start this year. They were 6-1 heading into Wednesday's game at Indiana Northwest, and their only loss had been by 1 point at the buzzer before they were thoroughly outplayed on Wednesday. And for the first half today as well, but they've turned things around so far in the second half. We'll see if they can keep it up out of the timeout. Pee Wee Brown drives on Begemi, and Joey Begemi is called for the foul, sending Brown to the free throw line. Brown has had an excellent game so far. The freshman put together his best half of basketball as a collegiate. Not a great free throw shooter this year, but he has hit 3 of 3 now in the game. Brown's second shot is good. So that slows down the Saints' run. They had scored the first 5 of the second half. Lincoln extends the lead back to 45-38. Carlos Tobias on the outside. Passes down towards the corner. Joey Begemi, who fires a three-pointer and misses it short. First miss from beyond the arc today for the senior Begemi. Latham fires down low. Barney. Barney's shot is halted by E.J. Charles, and he can't finish. Offensive rebound for Lincoln. Lincoln has dominated the boards today. Second chance jumper misses from Latham. Here's the 15th rebound of the game for St. Francis. Lincoln's got 26. Tobias somehow kept that ball in bounds. Nearly a turnover for the Fighting Saints. Russell Tillery spins, and it is a turnover as Latham comes up with a strip. 3-on-1. Brown is blocked by Charles, but Charles is called for the foul. Talked about the rebounding disparity a moment ago. It certainly hasn't helped the Saints that their leading rebounder has been on the bench most of the game. But that was the other big thing that has propelled Lincoln so far in this game. It's been rebounding and turnovers. That was the 10th of the game for St. Francis. Lincoln has only coughed it up twice as Brown makes another free throw. Brown 69% from the line this year. He's 5 of 5 today. And he's now got 19 points. Tillery gets it to Begemi just inside the three-point line. Hand off to Tillery. Tillery bounces to Lewis Holy. Holy gives it up to Tobias. 12 on the shot clock. Carlos Tobias finds Tillery outside. Down low, Joey Begemi. 7 seconds. Wanted the shot. Well defended. He throws it away instead. Intercepted by Pee Wee Brown. 11th turnover of the game for the Saints. Latham, corner 3. Misses it short. Rebounded by Holy. Saints running the other way. It's Joey Begemi crossing over on Barney. Blocked from behind by Barney. And Brown takes it back the other direction for Lincoln. And that's a carry. Pee Wee Brown carries it, and Lincoln turns it over for the 3rd time today. Great defense on the other end from Dijon Barney. Begemi blew right past him. Looked like he had freed himself up for the layup, but Barney came back in the play out of nowhere and turned him away. 9-point lead for Lincoln, 3 minutes into the second half. Tobias lobs it for E.J. Charles. Charles works inside. Charles, tough angle, tries to take the shot, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Barney. And we can see the impact right there of Lewis Holy, who was absent in the first half. Just fighting for the rebounds, didn't even have to pull it in. But he forced Barney to knock that ball out. Holy averages 10 rebounds a game. He's got 3 of them today in just 4 minutes. Holy receives the pass from Charles. Backs in on Barney. Turn around to face the basket. Right-handed hook shot is good. Nice shot by Lewis Holy. Has his first 2 points of the night. 7-point game. It was 10 at halftime. Andre Williams drives. Williams bounces to Barney. Barney loses it out of bounds. Last touched by Charles, I think. Maybe Tobias. He's certainly out on the Saints. 16:25 to play. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lincoln inbounds play, and Barney's called for a push-off. Holy fell to the ground, and Edwin McGee is furious about that call. But it's a turnover for Lincoln. Second foul on Barney. That's the second consecutive turnover committed by Lincoln, after they had only 2 all game prior to that. Tillery's been quiet today and misses the jumper here, but Holy chases down the rebound. Holy back out to Charles. Bounced in for Holy. Holy tried to get it out to Tobias, but instead threw it off the shoulder of E.J. Charles, and the Saints turn it over. Andre Williams inside. He's fouled. On the floor. That's on E.J. Charles. Number 2 on him. Lobbed in for Latham. Latham tried to score off the inbounds play. It was knocked away, but Barney is there for the second chance. And Dejon Barney adds 2 to his total. 14 points for Barney. Sophomore forward having a big game. 14 and 9 so far for him. Carlos Tobias outside. Tries to get it into Charles, but it's intercepted by Pee Wee Brown. Another turnover. Saints take it right back as Tobias pokes it away from behind, and Russell Tillery picks up the loose ball. E.J. Charles drives the baseline. Charles goes up, scores, but an offensive foul is called. Whoop, check that. Yeah, I'm sorry, offensive foul on Charles. His 3rd foul. And another St. Francis turnover. That's now 14 for the game. And Charles has picked up a couple of quick fouls here. Now all of a sudden, his foul count is a bit of an issue. Lincoln beat St. Ambrose by 24 points on Wednesday night. Trying to come up with their 2nd straight win today. Holy knocks it off of Barney and out of bounds. It's a big week so far for Lincoln. A team that entered the week having won just 2 of its previous 8 games. Blowout win over St. Ambrose, and now they've led the entire way pretty much against St. Francis as Charles misses the 3, but Holy is there and scores on the second effort. 4 points for Lewis Holy, 5 rebounds. There's Latham on the other side. Freeman stripped by Holy, but a foul called. That's not what you want to see from one of your top players who already had 2 fouls. Kind of cheap reach in. 30 feet from the basket. Holy stays in, as does Charles, both playing with 3 fouls now. Darius Wright comes off the bench to replace Russell Tillery. Freeman passes to Latham. Latham drives, puts it up over Charles. No good, but Barney is there with the second effort. $16 points and 10 rebounds now for Barney. He's got a double-double. Darius Wright, 1 dribble, 3-point attempt, short. Rebounded by Latham. Latham drives on Charles, kicks it outside to Freeman. Freeman inside, passes back out into the corner. Now Freeman underneath the basket. Freeman throws it out to Fuller, and Fuller was standing on the sideline. So he's out of bounds as he receives the pass. A turnover committed by Lincoln. Fahey and Maxwell Topia come in, and Lewis McGlasson as well, as Begemi, Holy, and Charles all sit down. So Carlos Tobias is the only starter on the floor now for St. Francis. Tobias, the number 2 scorer this season for the Saints, at 11 points per game, and the best 3-point shooter on the team. Has been held to just 3 points on 1 of 3 from the field so far today, as Brown jumps the passing lane and takes the ball away again. A layup on the other end, and Lincoln has their biggest lead of the day. A whistle away from the ball here. We've got a defensive foul on Deandre Freeman. Freeman's third foul, fourth on the team. Saints are at that point now. They've got to go on a run at some point soon. They don't need to overcome the entire 11-point deficit all in one swallow, but they've been letting Lincoln kind of pull away bit by bit. There's a big shot from Carlos Travaillas. Travaillas hits his second three-pointer of the game. He's got 6 points for the game, and they're back within 8. Willem Dixon down low to Barney. Barney working against Fahey, and Carter Fahey is called for the reach-around foul. Second on Fahey, 13-13 to play, and already Lincoln has found its way into the double bonus. 1-1 here for Barney, 62% foul shooter who has gone 4 of 5 from the line today. Barney makes the front end. $18 points now for Dijon Barney. The lead is double digits again for Lincoln. It never reached double digits in the first half. It's been there pretty much the whole way since halftime. McGlasson risky pass, and it was not worth the risk because it's intercepted. Lincoln throws it away themselves though. Barney saves it, but right to St. Francis. Here's Darius Wright. Wright is fouled by Freeman. Fifth foul on Lincoln. That's number 4 on Deandre Freeman. So Latham comes back in. Andre Williams returns to the floor as well. Darius Wright is the inbounder from underneath the basket. 26 on the shot clock.
Foul is called on number 11, Deandre Freeman, his 4th, team's 5th.
Not sure what we're still sorting out here, but now finally the ball is in Darius Wright's hands. We're ready to go. Inbounded to Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. Maxwell-Topia bounces it outside, trying to get it into a cutting Tobias, deflected out of bounds. 20 on the shot clock. Saints have turned it over 16 times today. That wasn't number 17 right there, but there have been a fair number of risky passes made by the Fighting Saints. And they've led to a lot of giveaways. Nadav Gerner comes in for the Saints. Here's Darius Wright outside. Wright gets the screen from Fahey, flips it back outside to Gerner. Gerner drives, double teamed, out to Fahey, 7 to shoot. Carter Fahey drives, pulls up inside, blocked. Rebound chased down and brought in by Darnell Latham. Latham off the foot of Gerner, able to track it down and keep it alive. Latham gets it back. 10-point lead for Lincoln with the ball. Latham inside, turns around and fires out to Pee Wee Brown. Brown crossover back to his right side. Under 10 to shoot for Andre Williams. Williams right down the lane, pulls back outside. Fahey on him. Three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Barney. A fresh 20 here for Lincoln. Latham backs it up. Again, 10 to shoot. Darnell Latham pulls up just inside the three-point line. Now in some trouble. 5 to shoot. Here's Andre Williams backing away from the basket. Pass deflected, taken away by Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. Maxwell-Topia layup, no good. Cam Gardner comes away with it. Gardner nearly loses it on the pass, but Latham is able to pull it in. Game has slowed down now for Lincoln. They used up over 45 seconds on their last possession, did not score. The Saints didn't score on their possession either in under 5 seconds that they had the ball. Again, they run the shot clock under 5 seconds. Darnell Latham drives with the buzzer sounding. He puts it up and misses. Rebounded by Fahey, who fires all the way down the floor to McGlasson. Layup is good. How about that? Another 30-second possession for Lincoln. In the last minute and a half, Lincoln has had the ball for over 80 seconds. St. Francis has scored the only 2 points. 55-47. Saints still right there. They just haven't been able to go on that run here in the second half. Every time they've scored, they've not been able to come up with a stop. Pee-wee Brown, step back, does not take the shot. Gives it up to Latham instead. Latham with 4 to shoot. Pulls up with the right hand. Misses on the jumper. And a tie-up on the rebound. Possession arrow to Lincoln. So once again, they use up the entire shot clock. Don't score, but get it back on second. Or I should say on an offensive rebound, but this one held ball off that rebound. Barney receives the pass, works inside, up with the left and in. St. Francis really just has not been able to rebound without Lewis Holy in the game. 30-second timeout called by Lincoln. The Lynx have out-rebounded the Saints today 34-20. And aside from Dejan Barney, this is a Lincoln team that typically has been out-muscled on the glass this year. They have a -5 average in rebounding for the year. Barney, an excellent rebounder, and he's got 12 of them today, but it's been the guards who have really been contributing to this rebound fest today. 14 offensive boards for Lincoln. Lewis Holy is the Saints' leading rebounder with 5, and he's only played 7 minutes. Like I said, when he has not been out there, the Saints have just had no answer. When he has been out there, they've out-rebounded the Lynx. Same 5 on the floor right now for the Fighting Saints. That's all 5 subs. Gerner, Maxwell, Topia, Fahey, Wright, and McGlasson. Carter Fahey in the corner. One bounce and a kick outside to McGlasson. Lewis McGlasson scored 11 points in the first half. Carter Fahey stripped and it's taken away. The initial strip was Brown. Williams is the one who comes up with the steal. Here is Andre Williams for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Carter Fahey. Nadav Gerner works quickly the other direction. Up top, Fahey steps into the three-pointer. It's good. Big 3 for Carter Fahey. The Saints needed that one. Now they need a stop. It's one thing they have not been able to do throughout this game, especially in the second half. When they've gotten a big bucket, they have not been able to keep the momentum. Latham working on McGlasson. Step back, open jumper, no good. Fahey grabs the rebound. So now the Saints can make it 2 scores in a row and cut this to a 2-possession game. Fahey drives, layup is good. 5 in a row from Carter Fahey. And just like that, the Saints are indeed within 5. 57-52, just under 9 minutes to play. Andre Williams, guarded by Darius Wright, passes to the top of the key. Barney drives on Gerner, floats it over Gerner and in. Gerner tried to take the charge, but Barney did not give it to him. He pulled up in the lane, and that high arcer is able to drop for him. What a game today for Dejan Barney. 22 points, 12 rebounds. His team leads by 7. Fahey working against Barney. Backs in. Fahey up with the right hand, off the backboard, no good. It got his own miss. Missed on the second chance as well. Darnell Latham pulls up just across half court. Latham working hard against Nadav Gerner. Bounces to the top of the key. Dejan Barney. This is Andre Williams on a driving kick. Cam Gardner for 3. It's good from Cam Gardner. And all of a sudden it's right back to 10 points for Lincoln as they have scored 5 in a row. Darius Wright works his way inside. He's fouled by Andre Williams. Number 6 on Lincoln. So free throws the rest of the way for both teams. E.J. Charles and Lewis Holy are back in off the St. Francis bench. So starting big men are in. Gerner into Charles. Charles scores and draws the foul. Back-to-back fouls on Andre Williams, and that time Charles was left unaccounted for on the inbounds play. Williams came over late, got him across the arm, and a chance now for Charles to make this a big three-point play. He misses on the free throw. And a break for the Lynx, who lead by 8 with 7.5 minutes to go. Saints just moments ago had cut it down to 5. Lincoln brought it back up to 10. Their biggest lead today has been 11. But it's been right around that 10 to 11 mark the entire second half. There's a steal for Lewis McGlasson as he jumps in front of the pass right underneath the basket. Big steal, Lewis McGlasson. Right, lobs it in for Charles. Outside, Nadav Gerner. Gerner bounces to Lewis Holy just beyond the free throw line. Gerner gets the screen from Holy. Now Gerner drives, throws it up with the right hand, no good. Fight for the rebound, brought in by Latham. Darnell Latham has 8 rebounds today. Gardner back over to Latham. Latham inside the three-point arc, gets to the paint, kicks it into the corner, wide open Fuller, misses the 3. Rebound knocked into the hands of Gerner. And Gardner fouls Gerner, he'll send him to the line on the other end. Second foul on Gardner. 1-1 here for Nadav Gerner. Gerner, a good free throw shooter, but one who doesn't get a lot of opportunities. He's 3 of 4 this year. Gardner checks out. Barney got a quick rest, but he's back in there. He's been Lincoln's best player tonight. Although Pee Wee Brown might argue with me on that one. Brown's had a big game too. Gerner misses the first free throw. I think they've got a lane violation on Lewis Holy anyway. It was a 1-and-1, so it's Lincoln ball regardless, but the free throw wouldn't have counted had it gone. Lane violation against Lewis Holy. Lincoln basketball. So the Saints come up empty on that possession. Latham finds Fuller in the corner. Fuller fakes the 3, drives, dishes down low. Gerner intercepts it. Nadav Gerner gives it up to Lewis Holy. Back to Gerner. Back to Holy, who lays it in. And now the whistle. Fuller was laid out by Lewis Holy on the screen there. The clean screen from Holy. Fuller just didn't know it. I think he's talking to his teammates right now saying you got to call that one out because he ran into Holy hard and took a big fall. He checks out. Cam Gardner is back in. 62-56. So the screen ended up taking Fuller out of the play. Gerner and Holy were essentially playing a 2-on-1 down low, and Holy was able to get the layup. Under 6 minutes to play. It is a 2-possession game. Barney passes to his left. This is Brown. Brown against McGlasson. Gives it up top. Latham fires the 3. Good. Darnell Latham hits on his second three-pointer of the game. He has had a very tough shooting night. Just 5 of 20 now, but that is a big shot as St. Francis had, I don't want to say fully taken momentum away from Lincoln, but certainly they had slowed down what had been a very prodigious offensive attack from the Lynx and cut an 11-point lead down to 6. It's back up to 9 now off of that last three-pointer. So St. Francis still has their work cut out for them. Last time the Saints were up was at 17-16. We had a couple of lead changes in the first half, but they were all in one little stretch. Lincoln scored the first 8 points of the game. Saints came back and took their first lead at 14-13. And the two teams went back and forth a couple of times before Lincoln pulled away to a 10-point halftime advantage. And that's about where it's been the entire second half. Saints have been as close as 5 in this second half. They've been down by as many as 11 but it has been consistently between 8 and 11. And we're right in that range right now. Saints sent a few of their starters back to the scorer's table during this timeout, so it appears that they will have all 5 starters on the floor. Tobias, Begemi, Tillery back out there with Holy and Charles. Lynx are going to put a little light pressure on Tillery down the floor as they look to trap here. Charles gets it across to Begemi. Down to the corner, Carlos Tobias. Tobias working against Barney, blows by him, gives it up to Holy. The layup is good. Nice drive by Carlos Tobias. Got straight by Barney. And rather than leaving himself open for the block from behind, as we've seen earlier today from Barney, he gave it up to Holy, and Holy now is 8 points. Pee Wee Brown spins into the lane, floats it up and in. 23 points for Pee Wee Brown. 9-point game. Tillery gets the screen from Holy, pulls up at the top, passes off to Charles. Charles gives it back around the half-court line to Carlos Tobias with 10 to shoot. Holy holds it on the outside, trying to hand it off to Tobias. The two of them not able to connect. Brown gets his 5th steal of the game and lays it in on the other end. He's got 25. 6-0 run here for Lincoln. And they have recaptured their biggest lead at 11. Make that an 8-2 run for Lincoln rather than 6-0. Holy backs in. And we've got a tie-up. Andre Williams got his hands on the ball and forced the held ball. So the possession arrow facing St. Francis keeps the ball on this side of the floor. 15 seconds to shoot. Tillery gets it into Charles. Charles works against Cam Gardner. And he's fouled by Williams. That's number 4 on Andre Williams. I think they got this on the shots. That would mean 2 shots here for Charles. And they'll get 2 on each foul the rest of the way. There's number 9 on Lincoln. Charles makes the first free throw. 13 points for E.J. Charles, leads the team. The second shot is good as well. Couple of big free throws there from Charles. We're getting late though. A 9-point game. The Saints need to get a couple of stops in a row, maybe force a few turnovers. Latham spins around Tobias. Latham works his way inside, kicks it out to a wide open Pee Wee Brown. 3-pointer misses short. Offensive rebound, Latham. Latham's layup is good. How about Darnell Latham? He has had a disastrous night shooting, but has contributed in so many other ways. 9 rebounds now for Latham, and he's got 15 points. 3-pointer Begemi. Big 3 for Joey Begemi and the Saints. Begemi's got 13 points. Kind of your typical 13 from Begemi. He's been quiet, but the team's leading scorer this season is within 1 point of doing the same again tonight. Latham. 3-pointer in the face of Tobias, well off, and rebounded by Holy. Begemi hit the 3 on the last possession. Thinking about it again here. Instead, he puts it on the floor, works his way inside on Latham, who falls over, and Begemi gets the roll. 5 in a row for Joey Begemi. He now leads the team with 15 points, and again, the Saints are within 6. This is how this whole half has gone. From 11 to 6 and then back again. And the Saints would like to eliminate that back again this time around. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. Pass to the right side. Latham lobs it down low for Barney. Barney against Holy. Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Dijon Barney. Number 3 on him. Lincoln turns it over. And that's one thing that the Saints have done well in this second half. They have forced 10 turnovers after Lincoln committed only 2 of them in the first half. Saints have turned the ball over, though, far too many times on offense. Not this time. They get a shot off, but it's a missed 3 from Joey Begemi. 6-point game. Lynx possession. Lincoln has slowed it down a lot here in the second half. Not looking for quick shots. They've taken a lot of time off the clock. Latham drives, lays it up and in. Great drive by Darnell Latham. It's an 8-point game. Under 2 minutes left. It's Carlos Tobias. Walking to the left, firing out to E.J. Charles. Charles for 3. That misses short. Saints have come up empty on back-to-back trips down the floor. Now they badly need a stop. Latham picked up by Tillery in the double team. He gets it away to Williams. Andre Williams fights his way past Joey Begemi. Begemi working hard for a steal, and he's called for the foul. 1-1 coming up for Williams. And that's not the guy to foul. He's an 86% shooter. Perfect so far tonight. Misses the front end, though. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Pee Wee Brown. So the Saints do get that badly needed stop, and now they'll bring an extra shooter onto the floor. Lewis McGlasson comes in for Russell Tillery, who has not scored tonight. So 3 excellent three-point shooters on the floor right now for St. Francis. There's one of them. Tobias misses on that attempt. Rebound goes to Brown. Quick shot from Tobias. 1 and done for the Saints, so it's still an 8-point game as we approach the 1-minute mark. There's the double team. Latham dribbles out of it. Latham turnaround, wild shot from the corner, and he hits. A 2-point jumper for Darnell Latham. 10-point game. Joey Begemi drives. Begemi works his way to the rim, lays it up and in. And with 44.6 on the clock, St. Francis calls a timeout, but that was a backbreaker on the other end. Darnell Latham, who has not been able to shoot well at all tonight. A wild turnaround jumper, still with plenty of time left on the shot clock. I don't know if it was necessarily the shot that Lincoln wanted to see Latham taking, but they trust their senior guard, their leading scorer, to pick up his own mind on shots because he has been excellent throughout this season. He averages 19 a game. A big shooter, high volume shooter, and that's been the case tonight. He's taken 24 shots. He's 8 of 24 from the field, which might not sound very good, but he's 4 of his last 5. And with the game on the line, he has taken over. And that jumper on the last possession didn't quite put it away, but it came close to it. The Saints are going to need to force some quick steals, or they're going to need to hope that Lincoln falters from the free throw line. Those are the only real options for the Fighting Saints right now. Big basket for Joey Begemi. He's got 17 points on 7 of 13 shooting. Begemi once again leads the team in scoring tonight. But the Saints have their backs up against the wall right now. They call the timeout after the made bucket to set up their defense. And now they'll look for a quick takeaway as Jalen Bates comes back onto the floor. First time we've seen him in the second half, out there for his defense. Tobias does get the quick steal, gives it up to Bates. Bates back to the corner, Tobias, three-pointer. Hits the wire over the rim, over the backboard after missing off the rim. And so the Saints get the steal they needed. They did not get the points, though. Another chance for Lincoln to inbound. This time they do get it into Latham, and Latham is fouled immediately by Carlos Tobias. That was the 9th foul on the Saints. So still 1-1 here for Darnell Latham, who has been so big down the stretch. Latham, another great free throw shooter for Lincoln. But the Saints are praying for a miss on this first one. They don't get it. Darnell Latham has 20 points. The third 20-point scorer for Lincoln today, joining Pee Wee Brown and Dijon Barney. He makes them both. 10-point game. Tobias fires quickly to Joey Begemi. Step back three, Begemi, good. 28 seconds to go. Saints are not dead just yet. 7-point game as the timeout is called. St. Francis has shot the ball very well from the outside. They are 11 of 21 on three-pointers. And as usual, Carlos Tobias and Joey Begemi have been two of the heavy hitters from outside, but each of them had a chance to really make this a game. Joey Begemi a few minutes ago with the team down by 6 had a pretty good look from the outside that would have made it a 3-point game. That didn't go, and then just moments ago down by 8, Carlos Tobias came away with the steal on an inbounds play and had a corner three. That would have made it a 5-point game with about 45 seconds left, and he was not able to finish that one, which ultimately led to Lincoln getting the ball back and making their free throws to pull the lead back to 10. So either one of those shots, had they gone, we could be looking at a very different score right now and a very different feel to this game. But that's kind of been the story of the night for the Saints. Their raw offensive numbers don't look terrible. Certainly their shooting numbers have been good. But they just haven't been able to string good offense and good defense together for any significant stretch of this contest. And they need to come up with another big defensive play right now. Down 7, 28 seconds to go. Williams is the inbounder. Lobbed in for Connor Fuller. Fuller all alone, walks into the front court. And he is fouled by McGlasson. (77-70), 23.6 on the clock. That was the 10th foul on the Fighting Saints. So 2 free throws here for Fuller. First one is good. Lincoln today 18 of 21 from the free throw line, and they have hit them all down the stretch here when they've mattered most. Fuller makes them both his first 2 points of the game. 9-point lead for Lincoln, 23.6 to go. Saints better than 50% from three-point range today. They need to keep that going. Carlos Tobias quickly across half court, hands it to Begemi. Joey Begemi, a three-pointer with a hand in his face, off the mark. Rebound goes to Latham, and that should just about do it. Not a good look for Joey Begemi, but he didn't really have a choice. With the clock running down by 3 possessions, he needed a three-pointer there. Not able to hit it, and once again, Lincoln can salt this one away from the free throw line. It is Darnell Latham, 21 points and 10 rebounds for him today, with 2 more free throws. And the first one is good. Lincoln as a team today has shot 87% on their free throws. Finally they miss one, but an offensive rebound for Andre Williams. And it looks as though the Saints will let them dribble it out. No fouls coming. Begemi does strip it, but they're not going to foul. Clock will run out here. 80-70, our final score. Lincoln defeats St. Francis, and it's the second consecutive loss for the Fighting Saints, who had won 5 in a row prior to that. They have found some rough times here. Their second straight conference loss and their third conference loss of the season. And a frustrating game for St. Francis, where they did have some positives today. Their last 2 games, they really had some trouble shooting the basketball, and that was the main problem against Indiana Northwest on Wednesday. Just not enough offense. Today, the shooting was there. 47% overall, 50% on three-pointers, but they turned it over 19 times and just couldn't come up with any stops when they needed them. They were also out-rebounded in the game, 44-26. And when Lewis Holy was not on the floor, they really had no hope on the boards. Holy missed the entire first half because of 2 fouls that he committed in the first minute of the game and only played 14 minutes today. He finished with a team leading 6 rebounds to go along with 8 points. Joey Begemi led the team with 20 points. E.J. Charles had 14. Lewis McGlasson 13. Lincoln was led by Pee Wee Brown, who had 25 points and 5 steals. Dijon Barney 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And Darnell Latham scored 22 points and added 10 rebounds from the guard position. Latham did not have a good shooting night, but still was able to dominate this game in so many other ways. And for as much as I say he didn't have a good shooting night, when it seemed like St. Francis was about to make a run late and try to pull off the comeback, he went 4 of his last 5 from the field and hit some big free throws as well. Latham, a big game tonight for Lincoln. With the win, the Lynx improve to 4-8 on the season. Lincoln now, though, has a winning record in conference at 4-3. St. Francis falls to 6-3, 3-3 in conference. So Lincoln now has 1 back-to-back contest. They'll play a non-conference game next Saturday against Harris Stowe. They don't have another CCAC matchup until December 18th. As for St. Francis, they will remain in conference and at home. They play against Indiana South Bend on this court on Wednesday night. That'll be next up for St. Francis, and that's the next time we'll have a broadcast for you here on USF TV as well. 80-70 our final score. Lincoln takes out the Fighting Saints tonight, and that'll do it for our broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, even as the Saints fell for the second time this week. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off from Joliet, Illinois. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.